So we'll have now a 15-minute break. So around 5:15, please come back to...
Hi, I'm Anne from SOCIALCARD, and I want you to meet Jochen. He's a student from Hamburg, and he fell in love over the internet. And Claire from LA is a caring mother of 2 kids. She's always juggling 3 things at once. And Dieter, a stock market millionaire from Upper Austria, he started his own company. 3 remarkable people I got to know personally because they have one thing in common. They are homeless. And I don't want to go into much detail, but life can take unexpected turns. And it's way easier than you think, going from one day having it all to not knowing where to eat or sleep. Like 4 million Europeans who are sliding in and out of homelessness, and 700,000 who are long-term registered homeless. While we have great social systems in Europe, these systems are sadly not perfect, and people like Jochen just fall through the cracks. And now, I want to ask you, when was the last time you got asked for pocket change? Even here in Stockholm, it's still the paper cup. And if you're like me, you don't carry cash. And sadly, most of the homeless can't accept Apple Pay. But becoming cashless isn't even the biggest challenge for them, because who of us has money to spare? Well, what if I tell you you're carrying around spare money you don't even realize you have? Who is collecting loyalty points or air miles? Yeah, billions of these points are collected every year. Many of them are never spent. But did you know that these points have an actual cash value? Usually, it's 1 cent per point. So, as data shows, in just one Austrian loyalty club, there were already 5 million euros in unused points just last year. Going to Germany, one club, 25 million euros. And going to overseas, US frequent flyer miles, there lie $30 billion in unused points alone. But how can you turn your cash back into social impact? Well, that's where SOCIALCARD comes into play. We from SOCIALCARD hand out personalized QR code cards so people in need can take part in our cashless society without a bank account or a smartphone. And you as a donor then simply scan this code and donate. And what makes it unique? Your donation doesn't have to come out of your bank account, although it can. It can be simply the cash value of your unused points, helping without it costing you anything. And your donation then becomes credit they can use to pay for essentials like food and shelter. So whenever you use your loyalty cards, you're not only benefiting yourself with a purchase, you're actually creating a lifeline for someone in need. And isn't that a great incentive to use a loyalty club? Well, we thought so, and that's the reason why this is our business model. Well, with advertising, with the social impact of SOCIALCARD, these loyalty clubs go from their transactional customer binding to an emotional customer binding, attracting a young and socially conscious customer base. We call it impact as a service. And while we don't charge a fee for a donation, we charge these clubs a yearly membership fee. Think of it like a fair trade label. And to make sure that our assumptions are correct, we ran studies with universities and consultants who confirmed that these loyalty clubs really struggle to attract Gen Z and millennials. And donors in general are eager to help, but they fear supporting addictions and scams when giving cash. And we talked to a lot of homeless people who told us that SOCIALCARD would act as a validation that they really are in need, taking away the stigma without explaining themselves. We have the support of local charities and street workers who are the direct contact to our beneficiaries, and our mentors and experts are actively helping us figuring out the legal and the technical parts of our solution. In the past 2 years, we already had some great successes, and even without funding, a lot of validation. But what really pushes this project forward is this amazing team of diverse people who are volunteering their time at the moment because they believe that pocket change is just the beginning. Because once you realize that a simple mindset shift from cash back to cash forward will not only be a tool for immediate help, but to ultimately be a fund for providing housing, education, and jobs, giving communities like those living around Claire the power to help her and her kids back into an independent, self-determined life, while raising the living quality of all around. So to prove our concept, next week we start our first trial run in Salzburg together with the homeless magazine Apropos. And we are already in talks with the first loyalty club to join this in December. And with the learnings of this first trial, the MVP that we bootstrapped, we aim to release the real social card in Vienna first, next year, and go from there when it works. And the EIB could be the key in making this reality, and you sitting here. With the money that you could provide, we can support our team, pay our employees, not employees, but our team, and match the grants that we are currently applying for and would otherwise not be able to collect. So I would say, let's transform our cash back into cash forward, because together we can go from pocket change to real change. Thank you very much.